This film is a record of how local people in the Chorney, Leagrave and Lucy wards in West Luton have begun to shape their neighbourhoods for the better through the Your Say, Your Way neighbourhood governance project. Your Say, Your Way is all about the council and other local service providers working together to respond to local issues by listening to views of as wide a range of local citizens as possible and involving the community in finding the solutions. During 2009 and 2010, more than 1,300 people from across the area have helped to set local priorities for their wards, giving a clear message on the key issues for their neighbourhoods. With the best will in the world, it takes time to make these changes. Not everything can be done, but what the pilot in West has shown is that when people do get involved, things do start to get done more in the ways that they want them to. The Your Say, Your Way programme kicks off with community festivals, celebrating the strengths, harmony and diversity of the whole community together. At its heart is an opportunity for mapping the local neighbourhood to identify the key local issues people have in common.
I'd like to draw your attention to the council's marquee over here on my left. This is a new approach to trying to involve people in their local community, backed by the government and being trialled in Chorney, so we are the first in Luton to have this scheme working in Luton. There's a map of the area where you can stick your sticker on and identify where you think the problems are, and there's also a table there for younger people to help get them involved through the Youth Parliament and other schemes. That's about it from me. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Strong communities depend on local people working together with local services to improve life for everyone. Through consultation at community festivals and the face-to-face surveys and getting actively involved in local ward forums, community planning events and decision days, the priorities agreed through the Your Say Your Way programme reflect the changes local people want to see happening in their neighbourhoods.
They got like, I live on Leicester Road and we haven't got a park. We only got one this kind of park with no swings and no slides and nothing.
We do have a drunken element here that annoys everybody.
We haven't actually got a local park here. The one that we do have is up by Kingsway, but it's not got a very good reputation, so to speak.
You know, if we could have a little bit more for the youth, and we've got that lovely mother out there where they play football. I just find it's a little bit expensive.
Lawyer, but they should have like more, I don't know, just something like for like people to do, like stop them getting bored and stuff, you know what I mean? And like kids appreciate that in the long run, I think. Brilliant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and even like I don't know, some leisure, academic stuff, as well, not just sports, other things as well to push the kids as well, because not everybody wants to do sports.
But perhaps they could do something perhaps for the younger people with disabilities.
I guess facilities are there within the school, so I guess the school could take a bit more of a proactive role, giving up their facilities for a few more things for the young people to do.
There isn't really much to do for the youth people, so I wish they could put more events on.
We would like a park where all the children can play. We have got Bradley Parks, but there's no facilities for young children. And it's nice if you have a park in your own area where everyone can play together.
But make the flats houses.
I'd say more of this sort of stuff. I don't think there's enough of this going on to bring everyone together, sort of thing.
Diverse range of activities, but also more cost effective so that more low income families can access it and also the young people can access it.
It is because I want to go back to school and do some more training and enhance my, employment opportunities anyway. And I'm sure there's so many people like that around as well.
Decent park like that, decent park. It make the thing look decent. Because when you come up, what do you see? Well, how does it look to you? How does it look?
Street coordination, about bringing streets together, so that each of those individual streets will be brought together so that the community on a whole will be talking to each other, communicating with each other and finding out better ways of how we can live healthier, happier lifestyles.
Opportunities. Everyone can have their opportunities.
It takes the whole community to get together and try and improve things. It can't be done by just one or two people, you know. So we need to work on getting more people involved.
So I want you all to make the most of today. You're not here wasting your time, I promise you, because your ideas will be taken really seriously. Let's all work together and really say what we want in the area.
People that have the black dots will be working on environment and economy. People that have the green dots will work on health and well-being. Anyone that has a blue dot will be on children and young people, and whoever has a red dot will be on safer and stronger communities.
Upwards of 300 people have contributed through the community mapping process that we had at the festival. Some of you may remember sticking coloured dots on there. We've looked at the information you fed back from that. We've done face-to-face interviews with PCSOs and community development team, going out, knocking doors right the way across the ward, asking 50 people what they thought were the key issues for this ward. And we've had something called a borough-wide place survey, which is a postal survey, and people from Hopwell, Ring and Lee Grade ward have also been feeding into that. So we brought all that information together, plus what we know about the ward in terms of statistics. But now is the time to start focusing on what needs to happen. Okay? We've got the evidence, we know what the problems are, now is the time to focus on what needs to happen. Today, you're going to come out at the end of the day with a set of priorities that would have been agreed by people in this room across 4 themes, which we will then take forward to the partners, the council, police, PCT and other partners, voluntary community sector as well, to say this is what we need to start to work together to respond to the community voice here in Lee Grade. What happens next? Those priorities will go to something called an area neighbourhood board, which is an area group of all of the partners, people from the health service, from the council, and from Lee Grade and from Lucy and also from Cholmondeley, where we're doing a similar process. We'll bring those priorities and we'll start to work up an action plan which will feed back to you through similar meetings as this and the area committee. Okay? And there's another opportunity to look at priorities and projects for the community called participatory budgeting. We put together a pot of money with contributions from across all of the partners, specifically for Area West, to do community projects, and we'll be inviting community organisations in the neighbourhood to either propose projects on their own or in partnership with organisations from the public sector to do things that they think need to happen to address the priorities that you set. So when we set these priorities, we'll send them out to community groups in the area and across Luton and say, what projects do you think you could do to address these? And then we'll ask you back, together with colleagues from Cholmondeley and Lucy, and we'll do some more voting, and you'll vote on the projects directly to say which ones you want to see happen.
Just looking at the 3 wards, well, obviously each ward's got different emphases and different. There is 3 themes, I think, quite clearly coming through. There's one which is around environmental improvements, particularly green space, but generally, so there's a physical thing, physical environment. There's youth provision, youth service and things for youth, for young people, particularly teenagers, across all 3. And then it's better use of existing facilities. So surely this centre in Lee Grave, that's coming out and so on.
Well, Lucy's phase 2 of the centre.
Yeah. So we've got 3 very strong themes, in which to build projects around, I think. So each, obviously within those themes you'll get prioritising the different wards, but I would suggest that we have 3 themes that we string the work programme around.
Okay, so on with the business of the day. These organisations, Luton Forum, which is the partnership for the whole town, the police through the Safer Neighbourhoods team, NHS Luton, the PCT, South Anglia Housing, Young Funds and Luton Borough Council have all come together to support today by putting some money up for community projects in your area. But what we want you to do today is to vote on which ones you think are the best ones to be funded, because there isn't enough money to go around for everybody. How far will the project widen local involvement and enable the community to do things for themselves? Are there clear local benefits and outcomes? Does the project have clear aims, and is it clear how it will work and be managed? Is the budget realistic? And is the project good value for money? Will the project create a foundation to continue in the future and have longer term benefits? Okay, so those are 6 points that we suggest you think about when you're listening to the projects and when you're evaluating and judging them. We know what we're here to do. We'll push on and we'll move on to our first project.
My name is Nadia and I am from Luton Cultural Services Trust from a project called Generations Together.
Morning all. My name is Marie Lovell, representing the Ghana Society.
Morning, I'm John Goodyear and I represent the Garden Gang.
My name is Shifter and I'm part of the Human Centre.
Yes, my name's Jeff Bunce, I'm from Groundwork Luton and South Bedfordshire.
From the Friends of Jill Flowers.
My name is Sita Hall and I'm the area youth worker for the west area of Luton.
What we want to set up is a project called Planet Disco.
My name's Anne Hyde and I'm representing the Circle Dance Group.
Okay, hello everyone, my name's Paul Webb, I'm a local resident. I'm from an organisation called Sporting Links and we was established about 18 months ago to try to develop sporting opportunities for young people living in Luton.
I'm the chair of the Luton Learning Centre Trust.
We are the youth workers at St Hugh's Church.
And today I'm representing the Birds Neighbourhood Watch Scheme.
Representing the Lucy Schools Partnership.
And I run the Mixers Club.
Hello everyone, my name is Raja Vadi and I work for the Safer Luton Partnership.
We're now going to vote on the projects, and as I said to you, you've got to think about the 6 criteria and the scores from 1 to 10. We'll put each project up one by one on the screen and you will give your score between 1 and 10. As I said to you, 10 is an absolutely brilliant project that you think should happen for sure, and 1 is one you think is very weak and shouldn't happen at all. And without further ado, I'm sure you all want to know the results. The successful projects are the Sporting Links project. Missing the Youth Association, Chorley Youth Club, the Losing Mixers Club, Hawker Ring Youth Club for Girls, Ghana Society, Chorley Junior Youth Club, Hawker Boxing Club. Do you think this is a good way of spending public money? Now, as we said, we're trying to make the argument for this way of working in the future with the council, the police and the partners. And it's important, if you think this is a good way to spend money in communities, we need to know from you. Let's see what people reckon. Most of you reckon it's a really good way of spending money. That's nice to hear. If you think this is a good way for the public to influence decisions, again, the large majority of you think it's a good way for local people to influence decisions, which is great for us to know. We'll take that forward in our discussions with councillors.
Thank you for coming today. Commiserations to the people who weren't successful. Congratulations to the people who were. All the money staying on Lucy Farm, being spent on Lucy Farm, which is a good bit about it. I hope you all spend it wisely and come back and talk to us, because there'll be a lot more of this kind of events going on over the next couple of years. The ideas are that the people themselves make the decisions on what goes on in the areas they live in. We believe in it from the town hall, we hope you believe in it as well. So we look forward to seeing you quite often in the future. Thank you very much.
Thanks first of all to all of you for turning up and making it such a great event. Secondly, thanks to all the groups and the hard work that they put in, particularly the voluntary community groups, doing it in their own time to make some fantastic projects to improve your neighbourhood. See you again soon, all the best. All right.